I'm about to show you 4 different ways that you can go out there and use to buy a business for $0 down. What's up, everybody? Okay, everybody's always asking me, how are you getting these deals $0 down? How are you doing that? Today, I'm going to talk to you about 4 different strategies that you can use to go out there and buy businesses for $0 down. It's changing their regulations, okay?
And then I do want to,
right? Because you only got to put 3.5% down. You're going to get the most favorable rate.
Okay, guys, before we jump into that, I feel like it's very important for me to let you guys know that you can always simply use the SBA and only have to put 10% down. The SBA is kind of like an FHA loan for my real estate investors out there. It's a very friendly and favorable term loan that's government backed. It's made for people like me and you to be able to go out there and buy cash flowing businesses, right? But of course, if we can help it, we want to figure out how to take that 10% all the way down to 0%, right? And that's what this video is about. And guys, just so we're clear, there are a million ways to get a deal done. For all the real estate investors out there, I want you to understand this. With real estate, there are only a certain number of ways to get a deal done. Buy it cash, finance it, subject to, owner financing, there's lease options. Maybe I'm missing a couple more, but really there's only a handful of ways that you're going to be able to go and acquire a house. That's not the case with businesses, guys. If you can think it up and you and the business owner agree to it, you can do it. By the way, guys, if you're serious about buying your first cash flowing business, reach out to me. I've bought 4 of them already, all for $0 down. I also have a community of students that are buying businesses as well. You can check out this video so you can see exactly how one of my students bought an HVAC company in 30 days. Guys, it's not as hard as you think it might be. You simply need the right people in your corner. It's not a matter of whether you work with me or whether you work with somebody else. I'm going to be happy for you either way. The fact of the matter is you need somebody in your corner to help guide you to success. Reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information below. Okay, here are the 4 ways that you're going to be able to use to go buy a business for $0 down. So strategy number 1 is going to be doing 100% seller financing. This is kind of obvious, guys, but don't discount the fact that you can go to a business owner, talk to them, strike up a conversation, build rapport, and they may be in such a situation of motivation that they might agree to 100% seller finance. You got to remember something, guys. There's something called price versus terms. If the business owner is going to get their full asking price, then I'm going to want to do it on my terms. If I get my low asking price, then maybe they're going to want to do it on their terms. Usually the seller wants their full asking price, so that means they're going to have to give us terms that make sense to buy it at their full asking price. In this situation, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to give you your $1 million, but I'm going to have to do it on 100% seller financing. That's the only way I can make this work. I know that one is obvious, but remember, shoot your shot. I don't want you to sit here and think no business owner will ever give me 100% seller financing. I've lived it. I've seen it. It's happening. This is a buyer's market right now, guys. Don't take the saturation levels that you know from real estate and apply those same levels over here in the business world. It's not the same. You know how there's 100 wholesalers knocking on that homeowner's door or calling them day in and day out. That's not the case with business owners. Some of these guys have never been hit up before, and some of these guys don't even realize that they can actually sell their business. I remember talking to this one business owner. I walked into a cigar shop, start talking with the owner, and I just said, hey man, this place is pretty nice. You ever thought of selling it before? He literally put his hand on my shoulder and was like, what do you mean sell it? Like, how do you sell a business? Bottom line, guys, do not apply those saturation levels in real estate, over here to the business world. It's a whole different game with a whole lot more opportunity. All right, strategy number 2 is going to be OPM, other people's money. This is where you're going to go out and find the investors to fully fund the deal. Let's say it's a $500,000 little deal. You get 5 buddies and they all want to put in $100,000 each. They're going to make some return off of it. They're feeling good about parking their money with you. Never discount the power of using OPM, guys. This will unlock so many other deals and avenues and opportunities for you than always having to look in your own pocket to fund every single deal. All right, strategy number 3 is going to be something that they call a 24-month standby. Now, stay with me here because this involves the SBA. So let's say we're going along. We got $1 million business that we're buying and we're using the SBA. The SBA is covering 80%. The seller is financing 10%, and you were bringing down 10% to the table too. So you bring 100K, seller's financing 100K, the SBA is financing 800K. If you walk up to that seller and you get something called a 24-month standby, which is basically, hey, look, I'm going to give you all of your money except what your seller financing, that $100,000, I'm going to need you to stand by and not get paid for 24 months. If you can get the seller to agree to that, the SBA will consider that your equity injection or your cash in the deal. They'll use that as your down payment. And now you're back at $0 down. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I love doing $0 down deals. And I want to just clear something up for those that maybe have some limiting beliefs right now. Maybe you're thinking, yeah, what seller is going to agree to that? So let's think about this, guys. The seller has $1 million coming to him. And of that $1 million, we're only saying $100,000 that you're financing. We just want you to stand by for 24 months. I want you to understand this is not a big ask. They're getting $900,000 the day they close. In this game, that is an amazing deal. So I just want to be clear that that's not hard or a big ask from you to them. That's very easily doable. And what that allows you to do now is to go apply that as your down payment, resulting in a $0 down deal. All right. Strategy number 4, the final one. This is going to be something a little out of the box, but I want you to understand this. The SBA, although they require you to make a 10% down payment on your first deal, your first acquisition, if you buy a second business in the same industry, so for instance, if you buy HVAC company number 1 and then you use the SBA to buy your second HVAC company number 2, the SBA will actually fund and finance 100% of your deal. Guys, that is a powerful and very valuable nugget that a lot of people don't know about, guys. So think about that. Yeah, maybe my first deal, I wasn't able to get it 0% out of pocket. Maybe I had to pay the 10% with the SBA. But deal number 2, you don't have to go and find investors anymore, getting all of the paperwork done and the terms and the splits and all of that stuff. You can just throw that out of the window because the bank, the SBA, will literally lend you what you need. Guys, that is 4 ways that you can go out and buy your first business for $0 out of pocket. How many of y'all could use an extra $5,000 a month right now? A small business that you acquire can produce you $5,000 a month. And in today's economy, in today's recession, $5,000 extra every single month can go a long way. That's after you bought it. That's after the debt service. That's after any and everything is considered. You would take home $5,000 a month on a very small deal, guys. I want to encourage you to just start. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about anybody else. Get out there, put that energy out there, and go buy your first business for $0 down. You have any questions, guys? My contact information is down below. I look forward to chatting with you. If you're serious about buying your next business, hit me up. Let's chat and let's get you on that journey. Remember, proximity is power. You change your proximity, you change your life.